Hi, Romans here, and today we're going to talk about local SEO. And first of all, I'd like to mention that solar panel companies are located somewhat in between what we call standard local companies and larger companies that work nationwide or even internationally. So that could be quite tricky finding that right balance between working with your general SEO for your website and local SEO. Now, with most business owners, there's this problem that they don't always understand the difference between these two types of SEO, and that essentially these two involve a whole different set of tools and techniques to be applied. So let's take a closer look and let's see which one you should utilize to make your solar business grow and outbeat your competitors. While SEO itself started developing alongside the growth of search engines and the internet in general, local SEO is a relatively new thing that only appeared in the middle of 2000s, together with introduction of local features by Google and other search engines. And of course, when smartphones have become the new standard of mobile communication, local SEO has become the biggest thing in local business marketing. But local SEO itself can be divided into two parts, the conventional SEO and the map pack. We will talk about both of them, and let's start with the conventional one. So, how is conventional local SEO is different from the general SEO? Well, when it comes to tools, it's pretty much the same story. It's building up your backlinks, it's making sure that your website works fine, and of course, keywords. And the keywords is the place where you can start noticing the difference. Because when it comes to local SEO, you have to consider the local intent. In other words, when your potential customer is looking for solar panel contractor, they might type in not just solar panels, but solar panels near me, solar panels, the name of a town or a city. So these kind of things should be taken into account. Another thing, sometimes, for example, if you have your headquarters in one state and you want to build up the chain of offices across the states, you might want to consider checking the local words and local terms for different services and techniques. Sometimes it might be different. Plus, it's good to research the services that provide comments and reviews for different businesses, as there you might find certain local words for the business that you do. And another important thing you should not forget about is that local SEO is often used with smartphones, and smartphones very often use longer keywords. You might ask yourself, why is that? Well, the answer is simple. We tend to use the microphone and our speech for Google queries, and that's where knowing the pattern of speech and the types of requests a person makes when they're using that kind of technology is important. And you have to consider the fact that the usage of such technology constantly grows. Like in 2 years, it grew from 20 to 27%, and undoubtedly it will continue to do so. Plus, considering all those smaller intents and smaller groups of keywords is essential, because the commercial intent behind those words is incredible. According to statistics, it's about 72%. So you do really want to get all of those keywords and rank high for all of them. Now let's talk about the thing that makes local SEO is so much different from the general SEO. And I'm talking about the map pack. So, as they say, you might not know the name, but you sure know the work. And in this case, the map pack is easy to find. Just type into Google something like restaurants near me, and the first thing you'll see on SRP is the map and a few names of local businesses with most important information about them. Now, that's the place where you want to be, if of course you want the endless supply of clients. So how do you get there? Now, Of course, you should consider backlink building and keywords research as well, but when it comes to the map pack, that's not so important. There are 4 key factors here, 3 of which you can affect. Well, the first one, the fourth one actually, is the location, and we will talk about it a bit later. The other 3 ones are Google My Business, NAP, and reviews. And let's take a closer look at them and what you can do with them. I'd like you to know that all these 3 factors are interwoven and connected. And the first one is Google My Business. It's a tool provided by the search engine to make sure that it knows exactly where to put you in their search results. And you want that too. That's why thoroughness here is the most important thing. You have to make sure that every single thing on their list is filled in with relevant information about you. You want to make sure that the right people see your business, call you, and use your services and buy something from you. One of the first things you mention on your Google My Business account are your name, address, and phone number, or NAP. Now, why is that a separate factor? Well, because you have to make sure that NAP is consistent across the web. That means you have to run some kind of audit to make sure that all the listing sites, all the business directories, or other places where you may have left information about your company have the exact same kind of data, the same name, the same phone number, the same address, because Google will do the same job. And any inconsistency here might lead to significant decrease in the chances of getting to the map pack. Now imagine you either stated wrong working hours or you mentioned the wrong phone number. You may get bad reviews, and that's our third factor. And again, of course, it is connected with the first 2, but here another thing is quite important, is to be persistent with communicating with your clients. You have to make sure that every single comment, every single review on Google My Business will be answered. Positive or negative comment, that doesn't matter. Google checks 2 things, of course, the positivity of the experience of the customers, but also your activity and interaction. It can show Google that you are thriving, growing business who is interested in its clients, and that will improve your chances of making it into the map pack. Now, there is this management principle that says that you shouldn't judge the system by its mistakes, but rather by how it reacts to those mistakes. And the same can be said about reviews. Even if you have some of them which are not completely flattering, it's the way how you react to them, it's the way how you manage and resolve the issues that are mentioned there that matters. And that shows to your potential clients how much you care about them, and that helps you build trust. So these are the 3 things you can really focus working on in order to improve your chances of appearing in that map pack. However, there is the 4th one which I mentioned in the beginning, which is the location. And of course, that's the primary factor. Unfortunately, you cannot change that easily. Your business is located where it is located. But the research is needed here as well, because you might check how well you rank among different areas in your town or city, and you could see who outranks you. Then, by comparing them to you, you could see whether it's based on location or something else. So this careful research helps you to improve your ranking, not just in the most primary area where you reside, but also around the town, comparing yourself to other companies. These 3 factors are the ones where hard work practically guarantees you making it into the map pack in your local area. But as I mentioned before, the location is the 4th factor. However, you guessed it, changing the location is not really possible for a business. But an important part of this factor is the research. You have to check how well you rank in different areas and whether those businesses who outrank you do it because of the location, or it's because they did something better in those three factors, in which case you still have a chance and you still have some room for improvement. So, I hope it gives you some kind of an idea how local SEO is different from the general SEO, and that it actually requires a whole different set of tools and expertise. However, whether you are just a small solar panel contractor or a larger green renewable energy company that is trying to establish itself in various cities and states, you have to consider both, but maybe in a different combination. So, setting that combination right, understanding what kind of tools you need for both of these types of SEOs, and of course performing them, requires a lot of expertise, knowledge, and experience. And this is exactly what we can give you here at solar-seo.com. So, if you want to make sure that you're not wasting your opportunities or your money with extensive options that you don't need, get in touch with us at solar-seo.com or just write us an email at care@solar-seo.com. Just give us a call, +1 323 285 2811. I hope that we can work together to bring solar panels and green energy to every house. Take care.